They're right on the cusp, but right there to get some standing points here. Vivian Glozman will start us off with first serve. Bob is up, smart time to do it. Jones is on it. Bob's up again. What a shot from Smith. Put away by Glozman, and that's an effective way to use the lob, not once but twice.
Yeah, usually Allyce is the one lobbing.
Yeah.
So got lobs early against her. You know, terrific first point. Both teams feeling each other out. High margin for error. Good point.
The minute goes. Another good pressure-filled point from the Chicago Slice, still trying to find their footing.
2-0-2.
ATP nearly defended until it wasn't. What a shot from Callie Smith.
Yeah, one of Genie's best weapons is the ability to roll her dinks aggressively. Pushes the other team off the line. Callie recognized that, was able to follow the ball all the way to the sideline and hit that ATP.
Just back for Erokhina and Jones. Slow to start for the Black Diamonds.
I'm liking the way that point was built. Just the finish. 4-0-2.
Side out.
Switch from the ladies, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Clearly trying to change something up. As one game to 11, things can get out of hand quickly. 4-0 lead.
0-4-1.
We'll talk strategy here in a second.
Down the line snipe from Vivian Glozman. Go ahead with the strategy talk.
Yeah, I mean, you have one timeout per game. One school of thought is to use the switch at 6 as your timeout. Another would be to take a timeout earlier in the match before things get out of hand, because once you get to 6, it's more than half over. Yesterday, we used a timeout earlier in one of our men's matches, and it seemed to work. We'll say the timeout strategy paid off.
Yeah.
So it looks like Allyce and Genie are going to play through this.
Wow, good read from Callie Smith. Allyce Jones trying to keep her honest through the middle. We're 1 point away from the end change.
This is the tough part when you play with someone you know well. They know your tendencies. I think Callie has seen that one before.
Ooh, Glozman had it. Second serve now for Chicago.
5-0-2.
Big rip through the middle, make it 6-0. Chicago leads. Counts for 3 regulation points if you can get a win in regulation. If we go to the tiebreak 5th game, it means you can only get 2 points, but the nuance doesn't really matter. As long as you get into the top 10, you advance closer to the prize.
Yeah, each team has 25 matches for the season, and most teams after this event will have between 13 and 15 matches completed. So it's getting pretty close in terms of the standings and knowing where everyone's at.
Nice put away from Callie Smith. And yeah, time running out for a team like Chicago, who felt confident they had to rebuild their entire roster this year. Ignatowich David, Freeman, and Smith were the original acquisitions in the free agency draft. Oh, Allyce Jones takes a tag from Vivian Glozman down the line for the side out.
Yeah, Vivian's got great length, a lot of power, terrific lean in, great shot from the right side. That's why she's playing the right. She can attack in unconventional ways and catch you. So great shot by her.
Yeah, has that reach, doesn't she? You guys played against Chicago this tournament. Anything else?
In particular, she has a forehand that she likes to go inside out with and keep the person on the left honest. So she is very tricky to play when she's leaning in and commanding the line.
Side out.
I know Genie and Allyce have been playing with positioning here. Allyce's best role in this partnership, in my opinion, is her on the right, like she is right now, creating and letting Genie pick her spots to lean in and
Double back. Second,
great
third.
shot by Callie. Pick her spots to lean in and roll dinks. And so I'd like to, even though they're down 6-0, I'd like them to
0-6-2.
build some points, gain some confidence, stick with this alignment, because I think this is their best chance of digging their way back into this match. Boom.
Yeah, there it is, right on display. Genie Erokhina has risen in the last 6 months, I would say, with her level and execution. Where's she evolved the most in your eyes?
1-6-2.
Confidence. She's a fantastic player. She's had the shots. She has a team that believes in her.
Wow, it's good.
Go.
Point.
Good energy from Allyce. Now Genie's feeling it. They're digging their way back. 1 game to 11. They can get back quickly.
2-6-2.
Nice counter down the line, inside out of the air from Glozman. Sign out Chicago.
6-2-1.
Callie Smith loves that attack and loves her forehand.
She does. She gets the head of steam going and does not stop.
7-2-1.
She's got to try to handle it. Good spot by her.
Point.
Erokhina hits an out ball, which is
Timeout, Utah.
sometimes
Time
thrilled to
in.
have you with us here on MSG and wherever you're watching on Pickleball TV as well. Glozman and Smith playing for the Chicago Slice, desperately needing a win here. Team needs it too. Nice counter out of the break for Allyce Jones and Genie Erokhina. If you're new to this Major League Pickleball format, it's the team format compared to the individual league tours.
8-2-2.
Each player was hand selected to their roster. Nice counter, compact, and a little bit off the line too from Erokhina.
Yeah, that ball looked like it was thrown just a little bit. Maybe a quick double hit, all one motion, perfectly legal. But
2-8-1.
got it back in a hurry.
Punishable ball. Callie Smith takes care of business. Second serve now for the Black Diamonds.
Yeah, I think Callie sees Genie leaning in, trying to get established, recognizes that, pushes her off the line, and then creates that opening in the middle.
2-8-2. Side out.
Allyce Jones trying to create from the left. And sometimes when you're down in this kind of deficit, try to do too much.
Yeah, unfortunately, you can't get a bunch of points back with one swing.
8-2-1.
Oh, little switch. Glozman on the left. Ooh, too much off the paddle of Callie Smith, who was so aggressive in the middle. She followed it all the way to the right side.
Yeah, as a player, when you get reversed in your non-preferred position, you have to quickly adjust mentally and kind of recalibrate what shots you need to hit, while also figuring out what your opponents are doing. They handled it very well.
Yeah, they did.
Those are the dinks she likes to roll.
And Glozman, so offensive on the right.
That reach is tough to deal with. Anything just, you know, a few balls high, she can just poke and put in different spots. It's tough to deal with.
9-2-2.
Side out. Shot into the net for Glozman, who's been all over the marketplace in terms of MLP teams, trying to find her home and hoping that it's here in Chicago. So much upside to her game, too. Such a young player.
Yeah, incredible talent. Just needs to find the right chemistry, the right fit.
Spot there to Erokhina's left foot. Second serve for Utah.
2-9-2.
Nice. Nice ball from Glozman. Each team is competing in 5 regular season events this year. As you mentioned, the 25 match schedule. Both of these teams only have 2 more events left. So a win on the table here means more to the Chicago Slays trying to battle to get into the top 10. Nice counter from Erokhina.
Yeah, I think she realized that, again, one of Glozman's favorite shots is to open that forehand up and go straight ahead. And so she slid to the left to counter that with the forehand. Terrific shot by Genie.
Ooh. Ooh, a sitter, and Jones sends it into the net.
Great defense by the Slice ladies. I mean, none of the drops were perfect, but they got them back and made the Utah Black Diamonds hit one more ball. Unfortunately for Allyce, that last one hit the net.
10-2-2.
Game point for the Slice.
Quick ball, point game, 11-2.
Chicago takes it, 11-2. Out come the men, and Utah's strength.
Game 2 time in.
Cannot wait for that event. It's going to be a big one. Ross Chaffetz, team owner for the Shock, has been deeming it the best MLP event ever. If you are in the St. Louis area, please join us in person coming up mid-July.
0-0-1.
St. Louis.
Interesting matchup with these two men's teams. So you have Connor and Tyler, who played together.
0-0-2.
They played I believe all of last year at MLP. They played some PPAs together. They're one of the strongest men's team. That is their plan. If people return to Tyler, he will drive most of the time. Connor will crash. He moves very well. So I expect them to get at least a few points. There's one right there off that combo.
A couple of lefties going at it too, Max Freeman and Tyler Loong. That changes things.
It does. And even on that ball, Max felt Connor's presence in the middle.
That's deep. What do you mean by that?
Side out.
His presence in the middle.
Yeah, so Tyler drove the ball inside out to Max.
0-2-1.
Max felt that Connor was starting to move across to potentially take a volley, and likely put it in the net because of Connor's movement.
Connor Garnett, shifty player, top 3 in the world in men's singles. Tyler Loong has been an OG of the sport, around the game a long, long time. What
Side
ball
out.
through the middle? You warned us.
That's the Tui Nation shot.
Yep.
You know, his favorite shot is using that two-handed backhand. He can do a variety of things with it. That one he chose to speed up.
2-0-1.
And it's a good finish by Tyler.
Garnett coming to life, looking to even out the match series at 1 game apiece.
That one didn't work for Max, but I do like returning to Connor to keep him back so he can't cross as easily.
Second serve.
Had a nice defensive play in that sequence, but couldn't get the reset back. Connor Garnett lines up at 3-0-2.
I like
3-0-2.
the teal shorts. They look good on Utah, huh? Little color pop. Really good there by Tyler. Inside out attack with the lefty. It's a strange angle for anyone to deal with, much less another lefty.
Right.
They're not used to being attacked in that way.
4-0-2.
That same spot for potential timeout for the slice.
Nice. Tyler Loong gets it down on the backhand side, covers his body well. 1 point away from the end change. Where do you target a lefty personally?
5-0-2.
As far as mixing up your locations, and obviously it's situational, but pick your brain there.
Yep.
It's high and deep.
Yeah, typically, if I'm playing the right side, which has been my position as of late in men's doubles, I like to roll the ball low down to their backhand side. Hopefully not too wide where you could potentially have an ATP, but just to keep them at bay and keep them out of the middle. And then find a spot through the middle once you've kept them out of the middle. Easier said than done.
Nice.
Great.
Follow-up.
Point.
Great combo by Max. Hit that third, rushed in, was under control with his body and finished.
1-5-1.
Terrific volley through the middle.
Second serve.
Second serve now for Chicago to continue that point on the lefty conversation. Tyler Loong makes himself even more of a threat with the Ernie pressure he presents if you're the left side player trying to figure out your targets on him. That'd be James Ignatowich's problem.
Yeah, you know, James has a huge serve, and it looks like they're trying to go after their serves, drive thirds, just not quite being as sharp as needed right now.
Ooh, down the line in a beauty for Tyler Loong. Make it 6-1-1. One of the best in the game. These two play a lot in the PPA tour as well. He and Loong in the white. That's deep. Nice lead for Connor Garnett, continuing the run. 7-1-1.
Yeah, James just took a shot right out of the gates. They're trying something different. I'm sure he talked to Carlos, the coach for the Chicago Slice, and alternate bench player.
Ooh, tweener. Oh, man. Hate to miss that one. The sitter to the forehand after making a tweener.
Showtime for Tyler.
Yeah. He's self-proclaimed Ernie King
7-1-2.
and vying for the Tweener King title as well.
When your partner does a shot like that, you're just, please don't mess this up for them.
Point.
Mess it up for himself that time.
He did. Good. Better than Connor.
Yeah. What a fun team to watch, though, Loong and Garnett.
8-1-2.
Very athletic. Can win a variety of ways.
Oh, nice. Heads up play doesn't count for the tank from James Ignatowich, but it was just out of reach for Max Freeman, who was hopping around for the Ernie. And that ball from Garnett, side out Chicago.
1-8-1.
And a beauty for Loong. Second serve, Chicago.
Great recovery by Tyler. I love James going after his serve. It was very deep within
1-8-2.
a foot of the baseline. Tyler struggled with return, struggled with his fourth shot, but then found his footing for the sixth.
Point.
Well, Eric, you've been around the sport a long time, and these Major League Pickleball events have evolved.
2-8-2.
And the fatigue can build here on day 4. I'd love to get your thoughts on where the bench comes in for that.
Side out.
Yeah, I mean, this is day 4 of competition. Most of the teams have been here at least five days, sometimes 6 or 7. A few of the teams played MLP Phoenix the previous weekend. So it's a lot of pickleball in a short period of time. And you know, when you're on the last day and it's the afternoon match, and you know, you're thinking about your flight and going home and resting, you still need to realize that it's an opportunity to score more points in the standings, to help your team qualify for the playoffs, and your bench can play a huge role. And I see Allyce up there clapping, Genie's clapping, bringing energy. That part's really important, encouraging the boys here towards the finish.
That's what makes MLP fun, the team atmosphere, to your point there. Really rely on those good team players in this format. Ooh.
Side out.
Almost had it. Top of the tape gets robbed. Chicago back to work in a 7-point hole. 2 serves.
2-9-1.
Great recovery.
Second
I
serve.
mean, he leaned in. James got it back amazingly, and then still Tyler fought off
2-9-2.
the hand speed battle and finished with a semi-tomahawk through the middle.
Was going out, doesn't matter.
Side out.
Connor Garnett, it's the insurance ball anyways.
He's got that 2-handed backhand. I mean,
Yeah.
they can't lose the point, so.
2E
9-2-1.
Nation had to show off one more time. Doesn't matter if it was going wide or not. 9-2-1. Utah missed return makes it game points for the Black Diamonds, who need this game to stay alive in the match. In terms of a
10-2-1.
regulation win opportunity, 3 standing points available. Oh my, Loong gets another tweener. I don't know why that would be easier than just keeping the paddle out in front. What do you think?
He wants to play to the crowd, you know? Get him involved.
10-2.
Oops.
So just
Side
for
out.
style points, not for efficacy. That's what we're saying here.
A little bit of both.
Okay.
It's important here for the slice to put a few points on the board to get a little positive momentum going towards the mixed doubles.
2-10-1.
Because one of these guys is going to be out there next with his female partner, and you want to feel better about your game than losing 11-2. So even if they can pull out 3 or 4 points against this team, it'll help them in mixed.
Utah currently sits with 18 standings points right now. If they get 3 in a regulation win here, they would leapfrog Columbus,
2-10-2.
one of the teams that many predicted to be in the top 5 come season end. Big serve from James Ignatowich.
If you're Utah here, I mean, you want to kill the snake. You know,
Yeah.
you want to put them
3-10-2.
out and have them remember when they go to mixed doubles that, you know, they're struggling and they can't handle you.
Side out.
A lot of shape to that ball from Loong and Garnett. Game point number 3 now for the
10-3-1.
Utah Black Diamonds.
Yeah.
Point game.
And that's where it will
11-3
end.
Utah Black
Fumbled
Diamonds.
return, 11-3. Dominant performance for the Black Diamonds. So we turn our attention to mixed doubles.
So can handle the pressure, maybe a little more, have played together a few more times. So I like that strategy. Here you got 2 lefties again towards each other. So it could be that Tyler wanted to face another lefty and felt comfortable.
Wow. And why do you think he might feel more comfortable against a lefty versus a righty?
He knows the tendencies of lefties,
Okay.
given he is one. And Callie is on the other side, who he plays with and trains with
0-0-1.
probably weekly in Utah. So very familiar with her game.
second of hesitation in the middle. Loong leaves it a little bit high. And that can be part of the confusion, having a lefty in the mix. Is 2 forehands in the middle.
Yeah, Genie has such great reach, and so.
Another one. Tweener number 3 for Tyler Loong. Ooh, just deep. And 2 out of the 3, Tyler Loong has ruined himself.
Yeah. Great highlight shots, though.
Just don't clip the ending of it. Leave it mysterious how it ends. Just wide for Loong, and Utah's going to challenge it. I think that was a bit wide, though.
After review, the out call stands. Utah loses 1 free video challenge, has 2 remaining. Chicago has 3 free video challenges remaining. We'll resume play at 1:01.
I'd love to know what you're learning through this process, too, playing with some of those youngsters, the teenage boys on the roster.
I'm learning that they're very, very good. And, you know, their hands are quick, extremely athletic, multiple ways to win.
Tuck in. 1:01.
So they're an impressive group.
Nice attack from Max Freeman.
Point.
I'm surprised they stuck with that out call. That looked pretty close to being on the line. But I guess not enough to overrule.
Yeah. For Loong, a hot start for Chicago.
It's so tough in those hands battles to pull back a little bit and roll it in. You know, Tyler had the positioning in that last shot, just couldn't quite maintain the balance to keep that one in the court.
Nice, wow. What a get from Loong again.
Second serve.
Tomahawkish.
I'm sure they've tried that play in practice, and Callie's probably got him a time or 2, and he was ready for that one.
Great counter down from Max Freeman. Should also mention, too, for the Utah-based players, Allyce Jones mentioned it yesterday in the booth, that it gives them an advantage in this humidity where they train in the dry altitude, quick conditions. Ball's playing a lot slower here in Daytona. Thick, humid air she can speak to.
Yeah, being that I'm from Portland, Oregon, and I typically play in colder conditions and the ball is much faster. When I come to a situation like this in Florida where it's humid and the ball becomes a little mushier, my error rate goes way down. I make more shots, drops are easier to hit. The one thing you can't do as easily is go after your serves and your drives, because your grip is sweaty and it's hot and you're exhausted, and all of these are factors to feeling like comfortable enough to go after your shots.
Nice. Loong finds the corner, opens up the scoring for the Black Diamonds.
Tyler had a great roll, but kudos to Genie for recognizing that Tyler was involved in that point and feeling confident and moving well. And she backed away at the last minute to let him slide in there and finish the point.
Second serve. 1-5-2.
Oh, definitely an out ball. Tyler Loong let Erokhina know. She's too late. Already on it.
Great setup. Almost had herself a great counter. So here, Callie, I'm sure recognizes that Genie's trying to play the left side and will probably serve harder and perhaps try to trap her while she is moving. Good cover by Tyler.
That's deep. That was a nice deep return, too, from Genie Erokhina, that sequence. We'll align again with Erokhina to the left.
5-1-2.
That's where she loves to play.
When you have an odd score and you want to stack like Tyler's having to struggle with here. Nice pick up it down low. But yeah, you have to scramble quickly. Hopefully get a good return on the ball, get to your side of the court. Your partner should look to cover you while you make that move. And so it's difficult when you have the odd score. And currently both teams are trying to get to their desired positions.
Second serve.
Which makes serving big and driving thirds particularly important.
1-5-2. Side out.
Seems to be Max's favorite shot, that rolling backhand. As opposed to using his forehand, he likes to scoot his body towards the middle of the court and instead flick backhands with a lot of power and spin.
Loong, but feeds right into the Ernie. Unfortunately for Callie Smith, it's deep.
Callie likes,
first one out of the way.
She likes to Ernie on that forehand side there. Tyler again knew that and put it right on her paddle. She's not expecting it to come in that position. She's trying to unwind again. There you go.
Nice trickling drive from Max Freeman. Chicago leads 6-1 at the end change, and they will serve when we return.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Pickleballers. Major League Pickleball is coming to San Clemente June 26th to the 29th. You do not want to miss it. Get your tickets at majorleaguepickleball.co.
And Utah in some trouble here in this mixed doubles game number 3. Chicago slice. The outside looking in terms of the playoffs, need a win to have a chance as we look down the stretch.
1-6-1.
Out wide, and the call was out for Genie Erokhina, and Callie Smith will challenge it.
After video review, the call is overturned. Ball's in. We'll resume play. 1-6-2, Utah serving. Chicago loses another free video challenge. Excuse me. Utah loses a free video challenge, has 1 remaining. Chicago has 3 free video challenges remaining. Okay, we'll proceed at 1-6-2.
Carlos looks satisfied over there. Legs crossed. Team's up 6-1.
1-6-2. Side out.
Back to work for the Chicago slice.
Great hands by Max. You know, Tyler came across the middle, poked it to an awkward spot, was able to handle Tyler's attack and put it back on him.
Point.
I think that return was missed because Genie is trying to get to the other side of the court.
Nice return there from Loong, keeping it down the line and keeping Freeman out of harm's way with the backhand attempt at the third on their side. Callie Smith loading up 7-1-2.
Side out.
Great coverage again from Tyler Loong, fully aware what Callie Smith can do down the line. Gets the ball down. Quick work for Utah.
It's with the lefties and tweeners.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
So far, I think we might be 0 for 4.
Second serve. One, 7-2.
Great return by Max. It's tough because, you know, Tyler's looking for a forehand, so to find his backhand while also moving yourself is difficult, and his return was very close to the line. It has to be those types of margins.
Second serve.
To your point there, lefties can recognize early what they don't like
7-1-2.
Weaponize it the other way.
Great poke by Genie. Tyler cleaned up the middle. And that's the advantage to having her length and her reaching in and looking to be offensive.
1-7-1.
Well wide for
Second
Loong,
serve.
struggling with their thirds to close here for the Utah Black Diamonds. Where's the best location for the third here? Driving to the line to
1-7-2.
Freeman
Well,
out of the mix.
Tyler missed the last. Let's see here.
Wow. Ooh,
Side
the
out.
one you expected him to miss. Side out Chicago.
Great scramble by Genie. I know I'm a tall person as well, and when I'm scrambling around with balls at my feet and trying to get under control, it's easy to spray one of those long, but she kept them all in.
7-1-1.
Tyler tried to help her there at the end, but couldn't quite handle it.
So much length, hard to stay compact, isn't it? Smith instigating against Loong.
Yeah.
Erokhina maybe hitting another out ball.
Callie said, "Take that, Tyler."
8-1-1.
Probably did in person too.
Utah and Utah crime. Great third for Max. It gets Tyler out of the middle and opens the door for Callie to attack and Max to finish.
Them in
Time in.
position to win this
9-1-1.
match in regulation, which would count for 3 standings points. They need 2 points to go up a game against Utah. Nice find in the middle. What a read from Callie Smith. Notices that Tyler's spreading out to the Ernie, and Genie Erokhina is not shifting enough towards the middle.
Just a great shot by Callie.
Yeah.
Good recognition.
10-1-1.
Game point, Chicago. Ooh, missed third
Second
for
serve.
Freeman. It's okay, they got a second game point opportunity here.
Got it to his
10-1-2.
backhand. I think Max had time to kind of wheel around to hit a forehand on that one, unless he wanted to hit a backhand drive.
Nice ball, Max
Point
Freeman
game.
eats it up
Level
in the
with
middle.
Chicago.
So Chicago takes hold of a 1-game edge.
Game 4
Final
time in.
situation
0-0-2.
that could potentially could preview the season finale in New York if the playoff situation pans out accordingly, which many believe will. Good start there for the Chicago Slice in a clinching
1-0-2.
scenario here for James Ignatowich and Vivian Glozman, looking to get a regulation win for Chicago in 3 standings points.
Side out.
As you mentioned, Allyce Jones and Connor Garnett, the closers, so to speak, for the Black Diamonds. This is the matchup that
0-1-1.
Utah chose.
The closers to get to a Dreambreaker.
Yeah. Nice pressure from Connor Garnett. That Tui is hard to read on the right, isn't it?
Yeah, I know James likes to roll that backhand aggressively. In this case, it would be to Connor's backhand, which is precisely the problem.
1-1-1.
Either Connor pulls it through the middle or pulls it up the line or hits something incredible, and then Chicago's in trouble. So that's a better spot. If she takes that up the line, he probably hammers the ball at James. Instead, she caught him with a chicken wing on the forehand side, and his counter sailed long.
1-1-2.
Nice spot
Side
from
out.
Vivian Glozman. Goes towards the hip that time. Mixing up her spots. Ball back to the Chicago Slice, who
1-1-1.
only have 1 win to show for this weekend against New York on day 1. They've lost 4 straight. Need a win
serve.
to end this event on a better note.
Yeah, I'm sure Carlos has fired up his
1-1-2.
to get him to make this one as close a match as possible, knowing that team is tough, Allyce and Connor.
Point.
Perfectly measured.
Wow.
Just calculated that Connor can jump about 2 feet 8 inches high and hit it 2 feet 9 inches. Great shot
That
by
was wild.
Viv.
2-1-2.
Connor's going to be crossing here to get to the left.
Another one from Glozman. Loose arm from Ignatowich. Oh. Man, it's so effortless the way that Vivian Glozman strikes the ball out of the air.
Yeah, she just opens up, loosens her wrist, opens it up, and wherever the ball flies to, then she's ready for the next ball as well. So you know, her reach just makes it so tough to read where she's going to go, and you've got James waiting in the middle to clean up anything that's high.
Side out.
A little low on that one to try. I like him being aggressive, but maybe needs to wait for one more ball.
1-3-1.
Jet sweep for Glozman. Utah in tying position here, potentially.
Not a bad miss. I like her reaching in
2-3-1.
and using her length. Connor was not expecting it. It just happened to sail long.
Oh, make him hit one more.
Good defense by the slice.
2-3-2.
Jones back to serve now at 2-3-2. Oh my, what a ball from Glozman.
It's a great shot.
So much control.
She waited a really long time to then pull that up the
3-2-1.
line. Connor didn't believe it was going to stay in, but well inside the line.
This would be the ace in terms of mixed doubles teams for the Chicago Slice. So a win here for them would be huge, at least to build this new team chemistry with Vivian Glozman, newly acquired a couple of days ago. Utah, meanwhile, fighting for their match lives here. A win for Utah, and we're going to a 5th deciding Dreambreaker. That's a singles battle, which is a whole lot of fun.
Lots of fun.
And rally scoring.
As a player, especially as a non-singles player, you hate Dreambreakers. As a fan, you absolutely love Dreambreakers, you know? So I'm in the love camp right now.
Ooh, nice work by Allyce Jones, pulling Ignatowich out wide. Couldn't recover to the middle. Ball back to the Black Diamonds. Allyce Jones, one of the great coaches of the game as well. Talked about a lot of the young prospects she's working with over there in Utah. Nice return from Glozman. Utah back with a chance to tie it at 4.
3-4-1.
Yeah, it's great to see kids involved playing the sport. Nice return from James.
2 in a row. Yikes for this team.
4-4-1.
Similar scenario for you, Eric Lang, as you were drafted by the St. Louis Shock, but also looked at as a coach for the roster.
At times, you know.
Oh, don't be so modest.
Drive the rental car and pay for dinner. No, it's been a great experience. I'm sure Carlos is helping his squad as much as he can, while also staying ready himself.
Ron Saslow, the general manager for the team. Nice spot for James Ignatowich. So what would you advise if you were Carlos in this situation to Glozman and Ignatowich, if you're coaching this group? Hey, what these are the 3 things I want you to focus on. What would they be after this point?
Yeah, number 1 is
I
want energy from my bench.
Game 4, and then Garnett and Jones sorted through their issues to rattle off 6 straight. Another one from Connor Garnett ahead of the break. Eric, I asked you if you were the coach of Chicago, what were the 3 things you'd focus on? One being energy, which to me,
7-4-2.
The Black Diamonds seem to be the more energized team from their bench and players on court, and love to know the other 2 after this. Oh, nice.
Side out from Viv once again. Yeah, energy being the most important thing. That was a great side out here for the slice. They needed it desperately. Number 2, Connor doesn't get to hit another 2-handed backhand the rest of the match. I would put the ball in the middle, make Allyce hit a backhand, make Connor hit a forehand. That's a great get by him. Slow it down, their hands, Connor's hands, he's sitting pretty heavy, getting active. I would find the middle of the court, make it bounce, make Connor do something off the bounce with his forehand side.
Side out.
Serve for James Ignatowich.
I like going for the serve there. He's planning to catch Allyce in transition, just
7-4-1.
didn't convert the serve.
Oh, Connor Garnett, explosive at the kitchen per usual. 8-4-1, Utah leads.
Yeah, he moves and slides so well. Allyce picks up and the pieces for anything he can't get. She sets him up to be big. So terrific mixed player, Allyce Jones. We actually played together for the St. Louis Shock back in 2023, and whenever I was doubting myself, she always picked me up. So great teammate, fantastic
she really
player.
Is great lover too. That's wide for Glozman. She's thinking about challenging it. I saw it wide as well, and
if I'm Chicago, I challenge this
just to give a break, anyways.
Yes, for
be
the
sure.
Are you ready to take your out call, Utah? After review, the call stands. Ball is out.
So
Chicago loses 1 free video challenge, has 2 free video challenges remaining. Utah has 1 free video challenge remaining. 9-4-1.
spot for
Second serve.
Glozman.
Yeah, I started playing in 2017 on a gym floor with temporary nets and a soft, mushy, white jugs ball. So, yes, it's come a long way.
Side out.
You can still play on gym floors at certain facilities across the country, but then you have venues like this where you have a giant stadium court all covered with suites and food and drinks, and it's just an incredible experience to be a part of as a player and a fan.
Believe it or not, my gym teacher exposed us to the sport back in 2006. Versus Northern High School there in Grand Rapids, Michigan, close to the mid-season tournament coming up.
You were destined for pickleball.
It was on a gym floor though, wooden paddles. King of the court, play with the boys. Sweaty in gym class, that's a big play for James Ignatowich.
Connor had his two-handed speed up and just put it in the wrong spot. James is ready, so.
6-9-1.
Don't count the slice out yet, but it felt like Utah had all the momentum on their side to push it to a Dreambreaker. Nice track down on the lob from Allyce Jones, the former Division I college volleyball star. That helps with those overheads. 6-9-2. Chicago gonna battle their way back, protect their regulation win hopes. Oh, just wide for Allyce Jones.
It's one of her favorite shots to open up her forehand and go up the line. James is sitting middle.
7-9-2.
Almost got fooled, but pushed it just wide.
Third from Ignatowich, polling Garnett to the middle, then Glozman sends it well wide. Ball back to Utah. Need two to push this to a 5th deciding Dreambreaker game.
Point.
Just back, game point for the Black Diamonds.
Tough return to miss there.
10-7-1.
Viv's going to be crossing here, so Connor's probably going to recognize that. That's gone.
Second serve.
One of the most powerful overheads in the game. Can create terrific angles like you just saw.
10-7-2.
At least didn't even have a chance to roll on the ground to find that one.
Which we've seen so many times before. Bruised knees to show for it here. To a Dreambreaker we go. Utah claims game number 4. We're split 2 games apiece, which means it's rally scoring in the 5th game. It's Genie Erokhina and Callie Smith in the 4-hole. We'll see what gives here. It's going to be close. Max Freeman to serve first. Garnett goes Tui Nation to start of the return. Big overhead and a big opening point for Max Freeman, the lefty.
Yeah, both of these guys play singles regularly on the PPA Tour. So good matchup here. Connor's very tough. Probably try to find Max's backhand. Credit to Max for recognizing that and then finishing with a forehand up the line.
Two points for Max, 2 points to go.
2-0.
Connor Garnett gets one back. Last point of this rotation on the serve of Connor Garnett. Up next, it's Ignatowich and Loong.
1-2.
Big point here for Max. If he can come off with a 3-1 lead over Connor.
Oh my!
There's that Tui.
Tui Nation on full display. He branded himself around that notion. Out comes Tyler Loong and James Ignatowich tied up 2 points apiece.
2-2.
Wow. Crappy points. Both sides. Loong comes away with it.
Extremely athletic from both guys. James did a terrific job not falling into the kitchen on those multiple attempts to stab those volleys. Tyler just had one more answer.
Point.
So Tyler's taking his forehand both cross court and inside out. It's hard to know where he's going to go. He's serving big, serving deep, setting up his passing shots.
Tape gave Ignatowich an advantage.
I think Tyler was going body on that one. And I don't think James was ready for it. So that tape really helped him out. Helped James out there.
3-4.
Last point here. Big serve from Ignatowich. You can expect that every time. So the boys split 2-2. Out come the ladies. Allyce Jones takes the court against Vivian Glozman. Glozman, you would say, has the advantage, but Mighty Mouse never feels she's out of it. Mighty Mouse being Allyce Jones. That's deep for Glozman, and
Side out, point 5.
for the height differential alone, Allyce Jones is about a foot shorter than Glozman, but she is a scrapper in these situations.
5-4.
Doesn't mean as much in the singles format of pickleball. So
Really?
I don't think so. The ability to cover court is huge. So, you know, it's tougher for the tall people to cover the entire side to side when they come to the net.
I'd say it makes the taller players harder to pass.
That's fair, like
which
that.
Glozman showed. She'll take one back.
Maybe I'm just trying to find a reason to justify my own singles performance.
Love to watch them, hate to play in them, is the succinct answer for you on Dreambreakers, right?
I love to play them when I'm playing well. Hard to please.
Nice ball from Jones. That's so good. Yeah, she got it.
Good energy.
I think
comes running onto the court.
Yeah.
High fives. I mean, that really keeps your team going. Genie feels confident. Good transition. It's like handing off a baton, you know? It's a good transition for the Black Diamonds. They're in the lead at 7-5. Callie's a very accomplished singles player, so I'd give her the edge in this matchup, but we'll see.
Nice ball from Erokhina. Take another point back for Utah. We'll flip ends at 11.
8-5. Side out.
Nice
point
cut
6.
volley there from Callie. Instead of rolling a ball deep, so Genie had another chance at a pass. She hit something kind of off speed, shorter in the court, forced Genie to come forward as opposed to side, which made it tougher to
6-8.
continue the point.
Nice counter from Callie Smith. And personally, I admire the moms on tour. Callie Smith, also the mother of 2, trains hard, works the hardest job in the world,
7-8.
raising 2 kiddos. Same with Allyce Jones.
Point.
Big serve from Callie Smith, 2. 3-1 is how that series will end. Out come the boys. Top of the order, Max Freeman and Connor Garnett.
8-8.
Wow. All
Yeah,
right.
great serve by Max. While it went to Connor's backhand, Connor had to run around to hit it almost off his forehand side, which opened the court for Max to hit that winner. Good return by Connor, again to Max's backhand. So it's a little strategery here.
I'm sure the lefty Loong on the bench could help Connor Garnett strategize against a lefty in singles, remembering where the big targets could be. Garnett earns a short return, doesn't do anything with it on the third.
Good situational awareness there from Max, letting that ball go, drifted about
10-9.
foot wide.
That's back.
Side out, point 10.
Garnett equalizes the situation. Tie game, 10-all, and next point we will flip ends. Loong and Ignatowich looking to create some separation here. Just deep for Loong.
Side out, point 11.
Ignatowich
Timeout, change
will
ends.
take it between the Chicago Slice and the Utah Black Diamonds. Nice play by James Ignatowich, looking confident.
That's what we're used to seeing. Big serve, big drive, follows it in. Let's build on that, James.
See if he can. First 2 points go his
12-10.
way. 2 more points to go. Too much
Side
on the
out,
third.
point 11.
Last point.
Tyler electing to stay back on that
11-12.
return, which kind of created some confusion, I think, for James. Didn't have a target, sailed it long.
Well played, Ignatowich creates the lone edge in the game so far. 3 points for him, 1 for Loong. Allyce Jones back out against Vivian Glozman. This would be, I think, the rotation that Chicago feels the best about in terms of what's on paper, singles-wise. See if Allyce can continue to steal points, and she will with the opener.
See Callie on the sidelines for the slice, encouraging her teammate. It's great to have her here. I know she missed a few matches earlier this week, but makes a big difference on the sideline.
Ooh,
Side out,
Jones had it
point
down the line
14.
instead. Glozman will take back a point. 2 more points to go. Then it's Genie Erokhina and Callie Smith.
14-12.
Well played
Point.
by Glozman, who takes the net first. Knows she has the advantage with the reach, and last point here.
Yeah, it was a big serve. Thunder's third
15-12.
shot. At least elected to stay back, and Vivian closed that backhand cross court.
Oh my, pure survival at the end there. Vivian Glozman takes 3 points. Allyce Jones settles for 1. Now comes Genie Erokhina and Callie Smith. Chicago looking to put themselves in closing position here.
Yeah, Utah may want to consider a timeout here soon before this one gets out of hand.
Side
This
out,
ball
point
from
13.
Genie Erokhina not going anywhere yet. First point goes her way.
It's a good start for Genie.
13-16.
Big play again. If Genie Erokhina can get the sweep here, the next 2 points, that would be massive to erase all the work that Chicago
14-16.
had done. Oh, Callie rallies.
Point 17.
Terrific hit by Callie. Genie was hoping that one would sail out, but Callie's athleticism
17-14.
too good.
Last point. Nice ball from Smith. Twice to the backhand corner, it pays off. 2 points for Callie, 2 for Genie Erokhina. Max Freeman could close this thing out for Chicago, needs 3, and needs to win it on his serve.
Connor needs a 3-1 or 4-0 here. Get his team back in contention. It's a tall task. Max is very good.
Oh man, tough break for Garnett, who put himself in the advantageous position there.
No apology needed. He went for the passing shot, you know, it clipped the net.
Ooh, serving big and attacking the strength of Garnett to open up the forehand. Just went wide, couldn't execute.
Yeah, difficult spot to try to hit that one from.
15-19.
Credit to Connor for putting it there while on the run.
Side out, point 20.
Point for Max Freeman. 2-1. Last point, match point for the Chicago Slice to take it all. Freeman goes big on the third and the fifth and plays into Connor Garnett's strength. 2-2 is how that one will resolve. You have to win on your serve here, so James has to win the ball back in order to bring back match point to their side.
Yeah, if you're Tyler, you can go for your serve a little bit more here. There's no penalty for missing as far as the point goes, so go for your serve, set up a pass.
Ooh.
Side out, 20.
Ball, I think, was inside the baseline.
I thought it caught as well.
You maintain your alcohol?
Challengeable offense anyway, so.
After review, the call is overturned. Well, Chicago loses 1 free video challenge, has 0 free video challenges remaining.
That's key.
Utah has 1 free video challenge remaining. We'll resume play with Utah serving 17-20.
So Chicago loses their free challenge with that missed call from James Ignatowich. You only get 1 awarded to your side in the Dreambreaker, so that could be costly. We'll see.
17-20.
Big forehands from Tyler Loong. Don't count Utah out of this one yet.
Yeah, Tyler's serving big, looking to find his forehand and just hitting it in different spots. James
18-20.
guessing, and Tyler is closing the net quickly after striking that forehand.
Heavy forehand again. 3 straight for the Utah Black Diamonds. Massive.
I wouldn't mind a timeout here from Chicago.
19-20.
Just to break up the momentum.
Oh, why did he go back to him? Oh man, not the one.
Side out, 20.
That Tyler thought he would miss. Oh my. James let him off the hook, hitting that overhead right to his paddle. And wow, take a breath. Ignatowich survives for 1.
It's too good to be true, you know? See James up there about ready to unleash on, an overhead.
Match point number 2.
I get scared.
For the Chicago Slice. Could have been 20 all. Utah. Tyler kicking himself after that one. Allyce Jones and Vivian Glozman. Big point for Vivian Glozman, and a big reason they traded her to this roster. And Chicago will end their event with a Dreambreaker win. What a moment. We welcome you back to Daytona Beach, a massive 5-game thriller between the Chicago Slice and the Utah Black Diamonds. Chicago concludes their campaign here in Daytona with a big win. Michelle McMahon and Eric Lang in the booth, and Vivian Glozman and Callie Smith join us courtside to talk about it. Vivian, you've been all over the place here with Major League Pickleball. You find your new home in Chicago. How satisfying is it to end the event with a win on your paddle there in a Dreambreaker?
Yeah, totally. It's been crazy. I think I'm the most traded player in MLP. But coming on, I just came like 2 days ago. Well, just found out I was traded 2 days ago, and my team has been so supportive throughout the whole thing. Callie's just been such a great leader and teammate, and I think she really pulled us through this one.
That's so nice.
Callie, Eric Lang here. Hey, your energy on the sidelines infectious. I can feel it up here in the booth. Can you tell us how important energy is in MLP and the difference between playing individual events versus a team event like this?
Well, I guess I got to go back to just when I was on a team and this team. I just think energy makes the biggest difference, especially when you're positive, you give yourself a chance. We actually had this conversation before this match as a team. It's like, hey, we're going to bring out the energy. We're going to come out strong, and we did. And I'm so proud of this team. We stuck together and just fought for every point. And that's what pickleball is about. That's what sports are about. And I'm just really proud of this team today. So for doing that and putting in the energy and picking it up. So I'm excited. Thank you guys. Thank you, Daytona, for your energy out here. So appreciate you guys being here and cheering for us. But yeah, energy is, it makes the difference.
Yeah, it does. And you guys were so fun to watch. Congratulations to the Chicago Slice ending the event on a high note. Coming up next for us on Center